Hello everybody, Accureye here, and welcome back to another, kind of another Accureye 101, kind of another Accureye Talks, on 14's Casino and Hotel, or Casino and Slots, should I say, and, yeah, in today's video, I thought that we'd, talk about, making your journey to VIP. For some people, I know you probably are interested in becoming a VIP on Four Kings Casino and Slots, and the best way to do that is, of course, to win on games. So, how do you become VIP? What are the best games to win on? Well, as you can see here, I'm at the poker table. You can see the payouts for the poker table. There are like 6 players, and of course up to 3 players minimally, and you know, poker by far is probably one of the best places to gain your points for VIP. Well, it's not exactly, well, it's also high paying. It's also very, very high risk, because unlike any other game, poker is played by all players, thus meaning that in the goal of things, you are going to you're going to be playing against real players. You're not going to be able to fake them out unless, for some reason, you actually can fake them out, because, you know, many players are huge bluffers, you know. But, I mean, as it is, the other way is, of course, through craps, which, again, another high payout money game, but it also allows you to gain points for, you know, for your, of course, your VIP, over time. The last game, of course, is Blackjack. Blackjack, you can not only gain a lot of money, but it's probably by far, in my opinion, one of the easiest ways to of course, gain your VIP rank. As it does, pay out well enough, and you're not going to have to play against an actual player, which means that you don't have to try and outsmart an actual player. All you have to do is basically, play the game and, and hope that, you end up getting the win off the blackjack table. But, I mean, in general, those are some of the easiest ways to win. Of course, once you do, it's just a matter of playing out the game. Personally, if you really are high stake on trying to make VIP, I would definitely recommend poker. But make sure that when you play poker, you are of course, you have a lot of cash. Ring poker is another way to win and play the game. But again, remember that any poker game, no matter what it is going to basically end up with you playing against every other player. And some players like going high risk, high reward, hoping that they'll be able to bluff everyone out. So, with that being said, it is something where you gotta know how to play your stakes and realize that everyone in poker games are going to try to ring you out as quickly as they can. Mostly because they want to make sure that mostly because they are also trying to get their VIP rank. So, before you ever invest into poker, make sure, at least in my opinion, you have at least 10,000. Well, no, I would say about 20,000 chips to spend, give or take, because remember that poker is a high risk, high reward game. So make sure you have a high investment of chips. My recommendation is about 20,000, but minimally you could probably go with 15,000 and you'd be good for like 3 games. Just make sure that, or at least 2 games. 15,000 would be my minimal limit because of the fact that, again, remember, this is a high-risk game. High risk, high reward. Poker is very high risk, high reward. So in general, you may find that some players, they'll give you a win, and you may win up to about, well, I don't know. I can't say, well, I mean, I can say, you can win up to almost 17,000. But again, remember that, you know, in many cases, you may not always get first. And if you only have, like, for instance, free players, then, free players in general, then, you know, you may only get, like, something as simple as, like, I don't know, I would say, like, you know, like, maybe only for 2 or 3,000. And if you win, of course, you'll probably get 10,000. But, you know, in general, and this is my in general, though, you know, you're expected to win low amounts of cash. And, you know, and I mean, in many ways, that's exactly what's going to happen, is that, you know, you're only going to see low amounts of you know, of cash and of course the flow of whatnot, you know. You know, that's pretty much the basic, you know, asset of the game, is that, you know, you're going to see low amounts of cash and flow in cash. So, you know, you're not expected to win a heck of a lot, but at the same time, you know, you can't expect to win a lot. I would say at the same time, you can't just expect it to be like, you know, like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to, you know, I'm going to get loads of people who are going to just, you know, play into my hand. I'll eliminate them and win 17,000, or even up to 20, or I think it's 50,000 with, I think it's up to 50,000 with, with VIP. But, you know, you can't expect to always just win that high amount of cash. So, so my general opinion is play blackjack, up your ante, get at least 20,000 chips to get started with, minimal 15,000 chips. Just remember, save at least 5,000 chips so that you can play, just so that you can play blackjack, if you run out of money, or if you kind of get low on the cash flow, you know. But yeah, with that being said, I mean, that should get you started on your journey to of course being a VIP one on you know, on of course you know, on of course you know, Four Kings Casino and Slots. Again, I'm sure this works in real life, especially if you're trying to gain your status. Just remember, you know, my main thing is, remember that when it comes down to it, you know, in general, just remember that when it comes down to it, in general, you're going to don't bet as much as you're going at all your money, you know. Always make sure that you are of course biding time, playing the game, and not like overextending yourself into, you know, overextending into, into over exceeding your money and whatnot. But if you like this video, you know what to do. Hit that like button, get subscribed, hit that bell notification so you know when my next video drops next. Thank you everybody for joining me on this video. And yeah, thank you for watching this video. I am live on Twitch at www.twitch.tv/Accureye. I'm not usually streaming this on Twitch because there's really no place for it on Twitch. But with that being said, you can always join me live on Twitch for something competitive or something not so competitive. Sometimes I do something not so competitive, like Don't Starve. But yeah, with that being said, thank you everybody for joining me on this video. And yeah, until the next one, everybody. This is Accureye. Oh, I am live on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday, potentially, or should I say Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday for sure, 4 to 5 hours, on Monday and Tuesday, and potentially Sunday, and Saturday, I'm also live for 4 to 5 hours, but on Sunday, I'm going to be live, on Monday, Tuesday, and Sunday, I'm going to be live on about 2 to 3 hours sometimes. But with that being said, thank you everyone for joining me on this video, and until the next one, this is Accureye signing on, saying farewell, everyone.